Right. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're all fine and dandy today. It's been a bit cold morning. I'm sat in my bed, my quilt cover over my feet to keep them warm, and I'm now ready to give you your messages for the afternoon. I don't know. I'm going to use my chakra cards, which are these, and I'm also going to be using my flower cards, whichever I'm drawn to. But you all know how it goes. Just let me know you're here and we'll see what comes up. And thanks to Stace for sharing her time with me today on this StreamYard demonstration of mediumship. But I hope each and every one of you are fine and dandy today. Hi, Pamela Greterex. Hi, Tracy Wilmans. Hello, Alison Hill. Right, you're all here and waiting. So come on, Pamela, you were first. So let's give you a chakra card. Okay, sweetheart? Right. Hello, Faye. Hello, Sue. Right. You've got the deep purple, which is indigo. And this is saying recovery. Maybe what it's telling you is you've got a lot going on in your life at the minute, and that the key is the key for knowledge, but also for recovering past memories, past issues. But just to let you know that we are here with you and that we know that you are there. I feel with you, the light is there, but you just need to follow that light, because the light is knowledge. The light is also knowing how far you've come, sweetheart. I know that I have a gentleman with you, and this gentleman who comes forward, father or grandfather, I feel he was very much a gentleman that was a bit of a joker when he was on the earth plane. But I feel he had a lot of things going on in his mind and he needed to get rid of them. And he's saying sorry to you for some reason. Maybe sorry for passing, maybe sorry because something happened in your past. But the key there is to show you how far you have come. The key is to knowledge, the key is to the past, but that key is for you to fathom out your own feelings at the moment. I'm given the names of Ted, John, Arthur, and also William for you. As he's talking to me, he's saying about never letting go of the past. So I don't know whether you've got some past issues or he did, but he said never letting go of the past. But he's saying here, always love who you are. And he's saying here, your strength comes with things that are happening around you. I have a lady with you, and this lady, she comes forward. I don't know whether it is a mother or a grandmother figure. She gives me the names of Elaine, Emily, and also Margaret. Oh, and also Sue as well. So I know they're connected around you somewhere. I have with you, she said that she struggled in her early life. And she is saying that struggling and knowing how far she'd come, she just wanted to say sorry. And she said she's always been there and she's watching over you. She said you have to start to believe in yourself again, Pamela. Show people just how far you've come on your own pathway. You're ready now to take that, that step forward. I don't know whether you are in a circle or you are trying to connect with spirit in some way, but this lady says she is there to help you along. I do feel very much that she loved you to pieces. Okay, sweetheart, I've asked for something for you and I've been given a beautiful angel's wing. The angel's wing is full of white feathers, and one of them has a black tip. And I know as the lady has given you this beautiful feather, she's saying, watch where the changes come about you in May and June. I'm given also October and December for anniversaries for you. So Pamela Greatorex, thank you for working with me. And can I say you are ready to make the next step? The key's there for you. All right. Tracy Williams, please. Tracy, can I come to you? Oh dear, Mads. Tracy, you've got the Californian poppy. Isn't that beautiful? It's so pretty, the colour, and it just shows you that it's a double header. And it says, I look for the best in everyone and everything, and I feel you do. Tracy, as I look at this double-headed poppy, I can see the seeds of change coming around you. Maybe you've been asking questions and you've been trying to find answers, but you haven't had any. I still feel with you, sweetheart, you have to open your mind to possibilities. The possibilities are endless, sweetheart. You just have to follow your dreams. I have a lady here that used to cough a lot. She's telling me here the names of Rose and also Margaret. She said to say to you, stop struggling, find your way, and show how far you've come. She said you've got to leave the past behind. So shut the door on the past and move forward. Tracy, this lady, she's about 5'5" in height. She loved poppies, and whichever kind they were, whether they were oriental or whether that's where the red comes in, because I'm just seeing these poppies and I know that she loved the poppies. She's showing me a scarf that was absolutely full of them, and it's a dark navy blue scarf with poppies on it. And I know the lady I have with you had lung cancer. She's just telling me this, and that's where the coughing is coming from. She made me cough. Sweetheart, she said, you have to look after Pauline. Who's Pauline? Because she said you have to look after Pauline. Tracy, she said, you are strong in mind and body. You just have to watch how far you can send your thoughts, because she said people are relying on you. So can we just send out a healing for Pauline then, please? Maybe she's having a little struggle at the minute, but I just need you to just send that thought out. I feel you are very, very, very valuable in what you do. So whether it's a job situation or whether sitting in circle, but you are strong. This is what she's saying to me. And she said about struggling. She struggled before she passed, and she said you were her guardian angel. And she said, I loved you to pieces. She's also given me the names of Irene, and also she wants to give you, and I think she said Jess. I don't know who they are, but she's just giving you those. And I have a gentleman that comes forward, and he brings you a beautiful, beautiful sprig of lilac. That's what she's saying. She's saying how good you are, and she said she loves you to pieces. But I have a gentleman now with you, dad or granddad. He gives me the names of Arthur and also Bill. I know Bill is more or less the name I have with the gentleman. He's showing me hoeing the garden. He's dug it, now he's hoeing it to get all the bits out. He says you've got to get all the bits out, otherwise you'll have weeds coming up forever. Sweetheart, he's given you this beautiful lilac, and this is for spring. But he's saying how much you have grown over the last few years. Sweetheart, he's saying here, you have to go with your gut feeling. If you don't think things are right, then damn well don't do it. You get on and do your own things your own way. He gives me also Stanley, and he gives you May, August, and October for anniversaries. So again, my chest is really, and I think I've got your mum back again. She's just saying, take notice of what Grandad said. Take notice. Go with your gut feeling. And she sends you a big kiss and a poppy. So I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Alison Hill, let's talk to you, please, if I can. Alison Hill. Right, Alison, I'm going to give you a chakra card, and I have got for you the beautiful blue, which is your throat chakra, and it says quest. So you've got so much to do in this life. You have to follow your own path. I see the bulrushes there. That's the river, and that tells me the river of no return. It's about showing yourself the pathway is ready to move forward. And you have to move forward, Alison. Otherwise, you are stuck in your own space. You need that circle to help to move you forward and show people just how strong you are. I have the mother figure there with you, and this mother figure is holding her arms out, and she's saying, go with the flow. Sweetheart, the blue is also for the healing of the mind, the body, and the spirit, as you know. But here, around the throat area, I feel you've got to speak out. Because if you don't speak out, then people can't understand what you're saying. I'm hearing an owl. So if I'm hearing an owl, I can say to you safely that you have some teaching to do or you have some learning to do. Whichever way it is, go with your gut feeling, sweetheart. Alison, I have a lady with you. And as I said, the lady's got her hands out like this to you. And she says, I hold you firmly, Alison. You just have to believe in yourself again. She's saying here, lots and lots of love come to you from the spirit world. And I know I've got a mum, a grandma, or I've got a mum and a grandma and her sister. I don't know. I'm just told mother, mother, mother. I do feel, Alison, that you have the strength and the knowledge to help others, but you also have the strength and the knowledge to help yourself. Does that make sense to you, Alison? The lady I have with you, she's given me the names of Dorothy. I think she was known as Dot. And I also want to give you the names of Teresa. And also I want to give you Jackie. Sweetheart, there is strength coming to you for your knowledge. I know you have a long way to go. And this lady who's with you is telling you that she watches over you and she shows you in your dream state exactly what's going on. I have a gentleman with you now. The gentleman's tall and thin. I know that he was very much a man that liked to know what was going on. I'm not saying he was nosy, but he liked to know what was going on. I'm given the names of Henry. Also, I want to give you Albert and also Peter. He said, don't take prisoners. The blue is knowledge. The blue is also for healing. And the blue also is to speak out. Use that wonderful gift you have of healing, because you send out thoughts to everybody that needs. But I know you have to take the rough with the smooth to get you back on track. But Alison, remember, you are important. Love yourself for who you are and never, ever stop loving yourself. All right, sweetheart? And can I leave that with you and say thank you for working with me? Now, I had another lady up there who I saw. Okay, let's come up. Faye Ennis, please. Faye, I'm going to give you a flower card. Sweetheart, you have got the Oriental Poppy. Faye Ennis, the Oriental Poppy. And it's all the petals are folded. Again, I've got somebody that absolutely passed over with problems with their throat. Sweetheart, it says, my life is blessed with so much abundance. And it is, because you've got such a lot of family members around you that love you. I see here each crease in this poppy has got a little face in it. Faye, there is quite a lot of love coming for you. I have a gentleman with a small moustache. I feel he was in the Air Force. He gives me the names of Gregory and Graham. He's saying here that family is important to you. And with this gentleman, I have a lady. The lady's small, got a bit of weight on her. I feel she passed with lungs, but she is there with you also. I don't know if this is dad and mum, but I know these two are very close because they're very much into this poppy. And as I show you, you can see the faces in there. Sweetheart, you have been worrying unnecessarily. The spirit world are saying to you, the spring is coming, the spring in your step, looking after family, and always knowing that you are ready to take on other people's problems. And you do. It's time, sweetheart, just to say your strength comes from within your own heart. The lady I have with you, as I told you, she had a bit of weight on her. I'm given the names of Maud and also Mary. I know this lady always was out and about. I'm seeing her in a raincoat, and I can see her with a headscarf. She was always out and about doing things for other people. She also used to work, and whether she was a cleaner or she worked in somewhere where she wore an overall, she is with you, sweetheart. The gentleman I have with you is about 5'10", little moustache, and I know that when he was on the earth plane, he was a strong man. He tells you that you have so much to give to others. Use it well. He sends healing for John. And I know John is not himself at the minute. But he's saying here, he's struggling, yet he's not. He's a good advocate for spirit. Just know this, at the end of the day, the knowledge and the love comes to you from the spirit world. I'm given the names of Maisie. I'm also given Peter and Tony. So please accept this with love and know at the end of the day that life is always there for you to make a difference. Okay, sweetheart, I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Sue Jones, please, can I talk to you? Oh, come on. Sue Jones, are you still here? With you, I've got soulmate. And I can see here, I can see all the bits and pieces of people around you. And it's like seeing eye to eye. You can see the eye in the middle of the head and also the eye which is in the hand. I see here that your soulmate is with you at this moment. And the color red is for your grounding and also for holding you down. I know sometimes you feel, what have I got myself into? I see the clocks and the clocks are at 12 o'clock. But I feel with you at the moment, you have to find you again. It's like I go into my own space, I find where I'm going, and then I enter a space where I can find me. Sweetheart, you've got a lady with you, and this lady, she comes forward, she's 5'3". She's very strong in mind and body. I feel she was very much a person that loved life. I feel with her that she either had a stroke on the left-hand side or she had a problem with her left-hand side. She's very much either a mum or a grandma. I know that she loved flowers, especially the spring flowers. She's showing me daffodils, crocuses. Also, she's showing me the beautiful irises. So maybe the name of Iris, or maybe the name of Jackie, I've just been told. But I know this lady, before she passed over, she did struggle. She's sitting at a kitchen table and she's reading a book. And as I look over her shoulder, I can see Barbara Cartland. So she loved her little romance magazines and books. But this was a book she was reading. I'm given the names of Elaine, and also I want to give you Mary. As she's sitting at that table, I can see her. She's always busy. Even though she's reading, she's crocheting. And I can see a beautiful shawl. So whether she made your own shawl or she made a shawl for your firstborn, whichever it was, the shawl is there. I'm seeing also a gentleman that's just come in and he sat down at the table with her. She's just got up and she's made him a cup of tea in his own cup. I feel the name of Frank and also Jim with him. I feel he was a hard worker. He wasn't frightened to get his hands dirty. He was a lady lover. You know, the ladies all went for him. But he only had eyes for this lady here he's got at the kitchen table. She just brought out a toasted tea cake for him. and he said that was his favourite. And I feel, although he wasn't long on this earth plane, he was such a gentleman. I don't know why, but he's pointed to his chest. So he either had a lung problem or he had a heart problem. He said, Sue, sit by the waterside and watch how the water moves. If you can see behind me, all that beautiful water that is around me. I love water. And I feel it is for you to take time out just by sitting and being quiet and watching the water can help heal you. I've got the baby in the spirit world that belongs with you. It is a boy child, and this little boy child, he is very much around you at the moment. Sweetheart, you have to start to believe in yourself again, because I feel this is what's needed around you. Right, I've asked for something special for you, and I've just been given daffodils for spring. Also the month of September and December for anniversaries. So please take the love of these two lovely people, and can I say thank you for working with me. Sharon Brensake, Sharon Brensake, are you still here with me? Sharon Brensake, are you still with me? Thank you, Steph. Right, let's see who else we've got then if we haven't. Right, come on, let's have a look. All right, Sharon, I'm giving you a flower card. Good afternoon, Kelly. Good afternoon, Catherine, Sharon, and Sharon Elsie, and Lisa Jackie. Hello. I'm not missing you all out. When I look down, I can see all you are. Sharon, you've got the beautiful iris. Isn't it beautiful? There's 3 lovely stems there with the yellow inside. It says, I accept my own perfection. As I look at these 3 irises, I see eternal love, I see springtime, and I feel mother love. The irises, I feel, is the name, but the colour of the purple is your spirituality. I do feel you are a strong lady. You have a lot to give to other people, and you do help others. Sharon, I do have a lady with you, and this lady, she's holding her hands under her chin and would often sit at a table like this. It's like she puts the world to rights. She's a strong lady, and I do feel it's either your mum or your nan. I know that she passed over with problems with her lungs. I also knew she loved to cook. She just made me some sausage rolls. Well, I was watching Mary Berry today making sausage rolls. And it's so interesting that this lady made the sausage rolls exactly as I do. She said that she loved to cook from an early age because she had to, because of her mum being poorly herself. She's telling you, Sharon, you have to start to get yourself back on track, sweetheart. I know that you know how much love you have from your family and your friends. But she's just saying to you, your strength comes from within. I am given the names of Patricia, I'm given Peggy, and Sheila for you. And I have a lovely gentleman here, Dad or Grandad. He brings you some beautiful chrysanthemums from out of his garden. He's saying, Sharon, that you were always outside with him when you were growing up. I feel it was you that would have picked up the worms and put them in a little bucket for an uncle that used to go fishing. He's shown me so much, and I feel it would take all day to show me and let me see how much I could give you. But he said you was a quiet child, but you love nature and you love to watch the birds. He's just saying to you, you're not struggling any longer. It's time now to move forward. The healing angels are around you. He gives me March and also the name of June. He gives me Brian and also John, so I know they're connected around you. Sharon, I can't give you any more. You're not answering me. So can I just say thank you for being here? Right, can I talk to Star Tiffany? Star Tiffany. Okay. I always take the top card, look. And you've got renewal. Isn't that a pretty card? And this is the beautiful red. And this is for grounding. It looks orange on there, but it isn't. It's red. And I see all the energy all the way around you. So I feel around you at the moment is needing of healing. I see the beautiful rose there. And I also want to give you the name of Rose. But I also see the little fairies all the way around. And it's like this is Mother Nature or the goddess Gaia. And she's got her hands out for you and telling you that you can pass on how much knowledge you have. Renewal means the 1st of January. New beginnings, new ideas, and moving forward. Maybe there's a situation around you at the moment where you feel at a loss, but I want to say that life in general is getting better and the new beginnings have started already. Sweetheart, I know there's so much going on with you. Oh, you're welcome, Sharon. I'm looking at all the stars around you. And I just want to say to you, Star, always trust in yourself. Sweetheart, I have a lovely lady with you. And this lady feels very much a mum. But it could be grandma, but she feels very mumsy. She's very much a lady that liked to be out in her garden, trimming the bushes, also weeding the garden as well. She just loved it. I know as she's talking to me, she said we have to clear everything out to make sure that everybody else can see there's nothing going. Sweetheart, she's given me the names of Linda, Peggy, and Maureen. And she's saying here, your strength comes with knowledge, but your knowledge comes from learning. And you have to learn to move forward. Sweetheart, I've asked for something for you from her, and she's given you a little tiny little box with a dancing lady in it, a ballet dancer. She said she bought you when you were little. She said to say to you, memories are for remembering. Okay. A gentleman now. I feel he had diabetes. I don't know whether he lost some of his leg or he lost all of his leg. But I see him in a wheelchair. He gives me Peter and he also gives me John. He's saying here, if he hadn't have smoked, he wouldn't have been in the situation he was. But he said he couldn't give up. He also had an ulcer on his leg as well. Sweetheart, he gives me the name of Bill as well. I felt he would also like to have a bet. He's showing me September for an anniversary. And he just said, get yourself back on track and show people what you're made of. He said there's lots of love coming from your spirit family. Watch where the next few months sees little things happening around you. I don't know whether Wales is part of your life, but I've just been given Wales. But just look to the next few months. As I say, things will change around you. Okay? So can I leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Lisa Jackie, can I talk to you, please? Lisa Jackie. And you've got the flower pulsata. It's such a beautiful flower. As I look at this flower, it's the beautiful purple. Just inside the petals, look, it's pink. So it's pink and purple. This flower is called the pulsata. And it says, I release all emotions that no longer serve my being. I feel in your questioning yourself. I don't know why. You don't need to, because you've got quite a lot going on in your life at the moment. You are a strong person. You take a lot on board. You try your best to help others. But sometimes I feel you just need that door opening just a little bit wider for you. You need a circle that can help you to move forward. This circle will help you to progress fully. You have to learn to trust. If you can trust, then you're ready to move forward. I have a lady with you. The lady has got lovely hair. It's down to here. Either grandma or mum as she comes forward. She's a lady that loved to bake, because I can see her baking biscuits. I said, why biscuits? She says, why not biscuits? She was very much a lady that spoke her mind. On the top of her, on top of her shelf, she's got a chicken where you put eggs in, and I can see that quite clearly. I feel she wasn't a fuddy-duddy. She took her life in her stride. She said, I'd have still been here. She says, if the cancer hadn't got her. But apparently whatever happened, she was ready to go. She gives me the name of Catherine, maybe known as Kath. And she also gives me the names of Mary and also Anne. She said about Christmas, the last Christmas. And she just wanted to say to you, Your strength comes from knowing who you are. Lisa, there is a lot going on in your life, and you wish you could just find answers. As I say to people who are questioning themselves, get yourself a notebook, write down your question, and the first thing that comes to mind, write it down until you can't write anymore. And do that for 7 times. Shut the book up, don't read it. Just ask another question until you've done it 7 times. Because as my guides always said to me, God made the world in 7 days. So if you want them 7 answers, because at the end of your 7, you should get their answers to all your questions. Or start to read. I always say to people, read the Celestine prophecy. That tells you there's no such thing as a coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. But your mind is a sponge. Use that sponge to find what you need in this life. Also, I have a gentleman with you. This gentleman has not got a lot of hair on his head. He gives me the name of Jack. I know that he was always a busy bee. He was a hard worker. And he knew exactly how his life panned out. He's just saying to you, Lisa, remember who you are, and you will get there. He's just handed me some dahlias for you. And I feel he used to grow some beautiful dahlias. As well as Jack, he's given me Anthony, and he's just given me also Paul. So they're connected around you somewhere. So please, sweetheart, take on board what I've said, and at the end of the day, you'll find you. All right? So we're to leave that with you and kind of say thank you for working with me. Right. I want to speak to Julie Breers, please. Julie Breers. Okay, Julie Breers. You've got indigo and it's balance. Julie, this is showing you there's people around you. They're not giving you the helping hand, but you are well balanced. So you're at the back and the people in the front. You have to take things on board as they are. Your balance has been out of sorts just recently. But I know there are some things happening around you where you feel as though you've lost your way a bit. Julie, I have got a lovely lady with you. And this lady, she comes forward. I want to say it's either mum or your grandma. She was a lady that had high ideals. And she always knew what she said was part and parcel of what life was about. She said she's very much like you in that sense, because you hold your own ideals and you know how far you've come on your own pathway. You seem to have struggled in the past, but you have got better and better. We have our grandchildren around us, and we look at our grandchildren and we see how much beauty is there. But Julie, I feel you are a bit disillusioned at the moment for some reason, whether it's to do with life in general or whether it's to do with you not being unwell. I've been sending you healing for a while, so I know, Julie, that you just need just to take a back seat for a little while and just show people that you are stronger than what they think you are. And that's where the balance comes in. So when you're like this, not when you're like this, when you're together, your balance is correct. Sweetheart, the lady's saying to you, the struggles are over. Just find you again. Sweetheart, I've got a gentleman with you. And this gentleman, as he comes forward, I feel father or grandfather. He used to work either in the fields or on the fields. And I know this gentleman with you is very much, well, he said that he was a strong individual in his own way. He stuck to whatever job he had. And I know there is more and more going on in your life at the moment. Julie, I've been given the names of Tom, Nancy. Also, I want to give you Wendy and also Mary. I'm given some beautiful tulips for you. And I want to give you some beautiful bluebells for your healing. So take a lot of love from the spirit world and allow yourself to breathe. All right, sweetheart? So can I leave that with you and say thank you for working with me? Right. Nancy Sherman. Can I talk to you, sweetheart? Nancy Sherman. I'm going to choose you a flower card. And I'm going to, I've chose you the amaryllis. Isn't that a beautiful flower, the beautiful red? It always associates to me to Christmas. Nancy Sherman. It says, I embrace my sexuality with freedom of expression. The amaryllis is a beautiful flower that grows on one stem, and there's also always four. And the four flowers all come out at different times. And it also associates me for November, December, and January. So I know those months are around you. I feel as though you just need for a moment to sit down and say to yourself, I trust in myself. I trust in who I am. I love who I am. And also mean it. Because I have a spirit family here for you. I have two ladies and two gentlemen sitting up a table. It seems as though they are debating what to do next, where to go on holiday next. But I am seeing the little arguments, whether your family or you are having arguments with somebody. But I just know, just for a moment, can you just sit back and say, I am like my family. I know you have so much to do, and I know that I need some guidance going forward. Nancy, the lady who has just stood up to make a cup of tea, has just got a tray ready, and she's got a silver tray, and she's got the teapot, sugar basin, milk jug, and she's got lovely china cups all the way around it. And she's just saying that you have to have the right balance to move forward. Nancy, you need a circle that can help you to progress. The circle you choose will help you. But firstly, what you need to do is to think to yourself, how would my family have done it? Am I hearing right? What I'm seeing in my mind, is it from you? Once you can trust and know that your guides and your family are talking to you, then you're ready then to move forward. Sweetheart, I'm given Valerie, again Nancy, Margaret, David, James, and Tom. Sweetheart, what you need to do today is just say to yourself, I love you. And just say, Nancy, I love you. Look in that mirror and say it to yourself. And then feel the lovely energy that you get from your spirit family as they come to bring you that healing and that love. I know that I have to give you some beautiful chrysanthemums from the spirit world. And the chrysanthemums are absolutely beautiful, different colours. And I just want to say to you, sweetheart, always stick to your guns. Don't let others say otherwise. You are important. Love who you are. All right, sweetheart, I'm going to leave that with you. Kelly Francis, can I talk to you, please? Kelly, I'm going to choose you as a healing chakra card. Kelly, you've got prayer, the beautiful yellow. And if you look closely, you can see your pathway. But it's the power of prayer. The yellow is also for gut feeling. It's for your solar plexus. It's also about knowledge and accepting the knowledge that you have. And I know you just need for a moment just to say to you, I'm fine, Paul Luke Gucard. I can't say your name at the minute, but I'm saying hello to you anyway. I just know at the moment, sweetheart, you have to start to believe that you can do it and that the power of prayer comes from within. There is a lot going on for you, sweetheart, but you just need, just for a moment, just to say, I am ready for the next step. There's 2 lemons here, homemade lemonade as memories. But I know at the moment you just have to start to say, Kelly, that I am ready to take the next step. Kelly, are you still here? I just want to say that your pathway is like the Wizard of Oz pathway. Follow the yellow brick road. I know as I look at this wall, the beautiful yellow, it's just saying to you, move forward, show your true self. And this is what that's all about. I do have a lady with you, and this lady, as she comes forward, hands behind her head, Whatever she was doing, she would sit with her hands like I am now. It's like she took the whole world on her shoulders. She took so much courage from having family around her. Kelly, I know that you struggle sometimes, but I know you will get there because the lady I have with you is either mom or grandma, and she's just saying your strength comes from knowing how far you've come. She's saying to you, don't suffer idiots around you. So whether that is family or it's to do with a job, use your power of the solar plexus, your gut feeling, to say it's not on. I am given Peggy, Joyce, and also Pauline for you. Also a gentleman that comes forward, and this gentleman brings you some beautiful roses. The roses are absolutely beautiful, every colour of the rainbow. And I feel he grew them. I know there's a lot going on in your life at the moment, but just remember, this gentleman says, get yourself ready, willing and able. He says he knows how far you've come, and he says he loves you. I'm given Ted, Jack and John for you. At the moment, sweetheart, just remember, strength comes with volume. All right? So know how far you've come. So say thank you for working with me. Bernadette Connolly, I'm going to give you a flower card. And I am going to say to you, it is this one. And it is the wild carrot. As I look at the wild carrot, the colour white, you often see it in the countryside. And it says, my vulnerability is my greatest strength. I feel you're a bit disillusioned at the moment. It's like your mind is doing somersaults. But it's time now to start to say to yourself, okay, I have loved and I have lost, but now is the time to move forward and find me again. I feel that you, as a medium, are ready now to take your own services and start to move forward. You do know how far you have come. From last year, you see a difference in yourself because you've started to make the changes which were needed around you. I also feel with you that you just need, just for a moment, just to say to yourself, I've overcome all my difficulties in the past. It's now time to move forward on my pathway now. There's a lot about doubting yourself. By doubting yourself, you are not being able to heal properly. Once you've healed properly, you will get onto the right track. Bernadette, I have a gentleman with you. He said he loves you to pieces, but it's time to let go and move on. He says you'll always remember June. You will always remember everything that happened around you. And he's saying here, thank you for all you did for me while I was on this earth plane. He says, I'll always be around you. I'll always be able to wipe your tears as you sleep. But he said it's now time to move forward. Oh God, I hope this is making sense here to you, Bernadette. Because I feel as though I just want to cry and cry and cry. I know he's your fiance, darling, but he's just saying to you, let go. He has, as a spiritual medium, you have to let go. You will tell so many people, to let go because your fiance cannot move forward because of your tears. Sweetheart, I know it's hard. When I lost my husband, my first husband, I never ever thought I would get over it. But I did. And I've got a lovely gentleman now, which we've been together for so many years. Even though he's ill now, he's still part and parcel of my life. I'll never forget my husband. Same as if Pete dies, I will never forget him because they were part of my life. They were what I had to do to make things right. Bernadette, take the love that has been given to you. He gives you a beautiful single red rose. And he said, that is to remember me by. And I am going to say to you now, get yourself back on track and move forward and help others around you that need your guidance yourself. Okay. So Bernadette, I'm glad you understand what I'm saying. I'm not mean or anything, but this is what the gentleman's saying to me. And he won't let anybody else through, so I can't give you any more than what I'm getting. All right, sweetheart? So I'm going to leave that with you. And I'm going to say to you, love yourself for who you are. And don't let others tell you otherwise. So, all right, everybody, I am so sorry I can't do any more today. I did a 2-hour nearly last night. So I just want to say, take a little bit of everybody's message. Maybe you have a bit of self-doubt. Maybe you've got a lot to give to others. Just remember, the spirit world are all the way around you. And I shall be back on Prism of Light on Tuesday. And I shall also be back on here on Wednesday from 4 till 5. So please look to all the other mediums that are around because you have needed so a little bit of something today. But I'm going to say good night, God bless,